today we're going to paint the chevron rug. It is bright and it's graphic, and we're going to start with this simple sisal. The sisal is a really great rug for a high traffic area. It's a natural fiber and it's fairly reasonable. I bought this one at IKEA for under $100. This particular rug is 4 foot 4 inches by 6 feet 5 inches, so it's a nice rug for a smaller space. I made this rug about 4 months ago, and it's sitting in a high traffic area and it still looks beautiful. The paint that I used is this interior enamel, and it's in a teal color, and that's what we're going to use today. You'll need a 1-inch painter's tape and a 2-inch painter's tape. You want to get yourself a little pan and a narrow roller, and I've chosen the roller pad to have a longer nap so that it will get deeper inside of this sisal texture. So this is the pattern that we're going to paint today, and what I've done is I've created this template that you can print out both sides of the chevron, and I printed it into 5 pieces each, so 2 sets of 5, and I've taped these together so that it creates the full width of the chevron, and then I have these 2 pieces that are spacers. So I've lined the template up alongside the rug, and you can see I've put the points right on the binding, and I'm going to start with the 1-inch tape. I'm going to tear off a piece, and we're going to just use the edge of the template as our edge. And you'll want to do that all the way down on both sides. So I finished my first row. Now what I want to do is use my spacers. So I'm going to place the spacer over the tape in a couple of areas like this, and I am going to move my pattern back and align it with those spacers. What you'll need to remember is that this is where you're not going to be painting, and this is where you're going to be painting, and you want it to be the same width. So that's why the spacer goes on top of the tape. So if you can use this to align it as you go, make sure everything looks good all the way across. And you'll tack it on both ends, and then do the next row. You'll figure out really fast that the sisal is hard on your fingers, so I like to step on the tape to help seal it down. Now that the 1-inch tape is all down, I'm going to come back with my 2-inch tape and fill in the holes. So you're going to want to fill in the space that's narrow, not the wide space, because this is where you're going to paint, and this is where you want to keep the paint out. So the tape is all down, and we're almost ready to paint. What I'm going to do is just run my fingers along the edge to make sure the corners are pressed down all the way, and we're ready to paint. So one of my tips when you're rolling it on is start on top of the tape and roll towards the center of the stripe. The sisal rug has a lot of texture to it, so if you roll it towards the tape, you're going to put the paint underneath, and that will cause more of a jagged edge than what you're going to want. I'm finishing up the painting, and I'm going to let it set for about a half an hour, maybe an hour, and at that point we'll peel off the tape. So after I've let the paint set for about a half an hour, I like to take the tape off before the paint is completely dry, because I don't want the tape to stick to the rug and make it a little more difficult to peel off. So I'm just, from each end, I'm rolling the tape into itself towards the center. And once I finish this side, I'll go to the other side and roll it back. So the rug is done, and I think it looks fabulous. You'll want to let it set for about 12 hours. All this marbling will even out to one color, and once that's done, it's ready to use.